There's an apartment building in the city, not far from the noise and chaos of downtown, yet it feels strangely frozen in time, untouched by sound, by life, by anything familiar. People call it Warren House, and those who walk through its doors often find something waiting on the other side, something not quite of this world. Lena, 28, arrived at Warren House after a long move, her suitcase thumping softly across the unnaturally quiet lobby floor. The silence felt wrong, too heavy, like the hush of a graveyard. No traffic outside, no birds, no footsteps echoing in the distance. It was as if the world beyond the building had simply stopped existing. An older man approached her with a pleasant smile and cold, unreadable eyes. "You must be Lena," he said. He introduced himself as Mr. Voris, the landlord, always present, never seeming to age. Friendly on the surface, but with something off beneath. "This place is really quiet," Lena commented, glancing around the eerily still lobby. "Thick walls," he replied with a small smile. "You won't hear a peep. That's what people love about Warren House." Mr. Voris leads Lena to the elevator, the doors grown open. Inside, there are no floor buttons, just a single unlabeled brass lever. Lena hesitates. "How do I pick a floor?" "It knows," Mr. Voris says, stepping in beside her. The doors close, the lights flicker, the elevator hums, but there's no sense of movement, only a strange pull, like sinking underwater. She glances at the mirror in the back. Her reflection doesn't move. Ding. The doors open. The hallway looks normal, but Lena steps out with her heart racing. But Lena could feel it in her bones. There's always something to worry about in places people try to forget. That night, in apartment 5B, as she unpacked, a low rumble vibrated through the walls. Then came whispering, soft, almost inaudible. It sounded like voices buried deep within the concrete. "Hello?" she called out, unsure if she was even addressing anything real. The whispers stopped, only silence remained. Drawn by the noise, she stepped into the hallway. From above, she heard a wet scraping sound. The shadows on the ceiling shifted. Something had moved. Later, as she slept, something stirred in the darkness. A shadow peeled away from her bedroom wall, crawling across the ceiling with inhuman grace. Its body was warped, part human, part forgotten. It moved like liquid death, silent and precise. This was Malvora. It was no ghost or spirit. It was something older, something enchanted, something hungry. Invisible by day, it clung to walls and ceilings, hiding in plain sight. It sniffed the air near Lena's bed. It watched. It waited. She stirred in her sleep, and the creature retreated into the darkness above, blending seamlessly back into the ceiling. A nightmare, perhaps, or something more. The next morning, Lena confronted Mr. Voris. "Someone was in my apartment last night." "Impossible," he said without a hint of concern. "This place is secure. You probably had a nightmare, adjusting to the silence." But Lena knew better. She could feel it. Something was watching her, living in the walls. That night she walked the building's halls listening, but there was nothing. Not even the air dared to move. Then she saw it, just for a second. A figure sliding across the ceiling. The shape of a person, almost. She followed it, climbing a stairwell, but it didn't lead to a sixth floor. It led to a dead end, a strange corner of the building where the air felt thinner, where space and time bent just slightly wrong. There was no special floor, because the creature didn't need one. It was everywhere. Malvora, an ancient being wrapped in flesh and darkness, its body slick with gore, its surface crawling with faces, remnants of the people it had consumed. Mouths whispered from its skin, voices trapped in endless agony. It didn't live in a room. It lived in the silence, in the bones of the building. Lena stumbled backward right into Mr. Voris. "Curiosity," he said with a sigh. "It's always the smart ones who poke around." "What is that thing?" she demanded. "My business partner," he said without shame. "You feed people to it?" "It's not a monster," he replied calmly. "It's the reason this place is blessed. It devours and rewards. My life changed when I found it. All it asks is to be fed and left alone." Later, in a state of growing dread, Lena recorded a video on her phone. Her final message to the outside world: "If you find this, don't come here, don't rent, don't even step inside. Warren House eats you alive." A creak interrupted her words. The phone slipped from her hand. Darkness filled the frame. The footage was never recovered, but her phone, cracked, smeared with blood, now rests among dozens of others in a forgotten pile in the building's basement. Morning came. The lobby looked as peaceful as ever. Sunlight warmed the floor tiles. A young couple entered, bright-eyed and carrying boxes. Mr. Voris greeted them with a warm smile. "Welcome to Warren House," he said. "You'll find it very quiet here." Above them, unseen in the shadows, Malvora clung to the ceiling, waiting. The silence deepened once more.